Hello to all my friends. This is Wendy with Cannon Planning. I am super excited to be hanging out with you guys today. We have been talking about conference and getting all into all the fun stuff that comes with conference, what you're going to do there, how you're going to participate, prepare for it, and get all of those things done. But as a planner coach, I help you to build goals, develop habits, and manage your tasks so that you can take back control of your 24 hours. And I want to talk today specifically about note taking. So, you get to conference, you're learning all of these new amazing things. You are listening to keynote speakers, you're going to workshops, you're doing networking, tips and tricks from those that are in the company above you. There's new products. And there's so much information. And so, what do you do when you need to take notes? So, there's a couple of reasons why you might want to do that. Number one, you're going to retain information more quickly. This allows you to be able to write things down and then be able to look at them and go back and refresh yourself and those kinds of things. I read a lot. And one of my favorite books is Eat That Frog. And one of the quotes that he says in there, and it always sticks with me, is smart people think on paper. And this is a great way for you to retain information. If you are a paper planner person, taking notes is one of the quickest ways that you can help yourself to remember the things that you are learning. The next thing is that it helps you to identify key takeaways and actionable insights. So, in other words, if you are just getting started with something new in your business and you find something that you want to learn more about, this is a great way for you to identify those key takeaways. You can go through your notes and be like, oh, I really want to implement this in my business. And it's something that you've written down. So it must have struck a chord with you and it's super important. The next reason why it's important to take notes during your conference is it helps you to stay organized and focused during the event. Sometimes we get on tangents, or if we have our mobile devices, we might get distracted by the things that are happening, right, with our mobile devices. We want to take pictures and we want to do all those things, and you can still take pictures. I do this during mine, but I definitely want to make sure that I stay organized and I stay focused on what it is that I'm learning. I'm paying money to be there. I darn well want to make sure that I know what I am learning and that I have a reason to stay continued focused with what I'm learning. And the next thing is, when you take notes, it helps to facilitate better recall and application after the conference. So, what happens when you learn this amazing new thing? You didn't take any notes, and you get home and you're like, there was that one thing that I really wanted to dive into. What was it? I don't remember, right? We don't want to be in that situation where we don't remember what it is that we were listening to during conference. So I've brought some material with me today to show you a couple of different ways of how you can take notes and execute after you get home. So we're going to start with a basic notes insert. I have here, let me switch to this view. There we go. I have here the Headed to Conference insert that I shared with you guys last week. In this insert is a spot for meeting notes. Now, I did show you that I scrapbooked over a lot of mine because I kept mine in separate places, but there is a place in this actual insert where it has meeting notes. And this is a great place for you to take notes. It's right in with all the other information for where you're packing and all of those good things. But if you want something separate, but still part of your planner, I would grab a well-noted insert. It comes just like this, lined section for you to be able to write all of the things. And some of the things that I would highlight in doing a well-noted or using a notes insert is that I would write the title and date, like who's speaking, what key points, so a couple of bullet points, any quotes or highlights, and then what action items does that speaker want you to take action on. If there is no specific action items, then I want you to think about how you can take that information and move it forward into action in your business. Okay, so that's a basic notes insert. The next thing I want to show you is a journal. Now, journaling is great for conferences. We have two different varieties. We have the dot grid variety, which I'm going to actually show you in my own personal setup that I'm doing for conference this year in just a minute. But we have the dot grid variety, or we have the basic notes variety, which is just lined, okay? Just like the ones that I showed you. I would show you the front of this cover, but it's no longer available, so I don't want to get you guys all excited about this particular one. Anyway, you can use a lined one or, again, the dark journal, whatever the case may be. Now, what do you do in a journal? Besides, you can use this to take your notes. That would be absolutely perfect. But besides that, if you use a journal at the end of the day, you can think about your reflections. Like, what did you think about that particular conference session? You can summarize your thoughts and then give your personal insights that will help you to be able to decide what to do next with your business. And that's what all of this has to do with, is listening to the things that you're hearing at conference, taking great notes, writing down specific things, and then taking it to the next level. What does that look like? What does taking it to the next level look like? So what we're going to use in order to do that is a to-do list. And I brought two different varieties with me. The first one is just a basic to-do list. And the bottom one is the brand new detailed to-do list. So let me show you what the to-do list looks like first. Basic, make a list, okay? You can write notes, and then there's check boxes. I don't know about you, but my membership people, they love dots and check marks. They love to be able to pat themselves on the back and check off a task completed. This is a great thing to do with a to-do list. It helps you to be able to put together your immediate actions. What is it that you learned during conference that you want to put in immediate action? This is your post-conference workaround. What things do you want to do right now? And let's put a time limit on it. Create a time-bound list. The other thing is long-term goals. So a great thing that you can do in a to-do list is set long-term goals based on the things that you learned about, but you may not be quite ready to start implementing in your business because that's not the current step that you are on. Okay? If you want to get down in the nitty gritty and take the action steps to the next level, you might want to use a detailed to-do list. This one has priorities, things that need to be done in a timely manner. You have your basic to-do list, any notes about that particular thing, and then any reminders that you want to put into play while you are doing the executing part of your conference note-taking. I just want to review really fast before I show you what I plan on using for my own personal conference setup this year with in regards to note-taking. So number one, we're going to review and reflect on those things that we did. So daily reviews. At the end of each day, review your notes and highlight the key action points, whatever those happen to be. And then at the end, your post-conference reflection, or after conference is over, make sure that you set aside time to review all your notes and reflect on your overall experience. Many times I have in the past not done any public posts or anything like that because I really want to take it all in and live in the moment. And this is really what note-taking can help you do. It can help you live in the current moment that you are in your conference sessions. And then at the end, take time to really dive in and think about what it is that you learned during that session. The next thing is prioritize and plan. So use the to-do list to prioritize tasks that might be urgent and that might impact your business. And we want to make sure that we take those things to the next level. And then we want to use this to-do list to create an action plan. When we start talking about creating an action plan, this isn't just writing down what you plan on doing every single day, right? When we're talking about an action plan, we're thinking about goals and being goal-oriented. Now, I know I've talked about SMART goals in the past. We want to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And the one big thing that we often fall short on is putting a time limit on when we want to have things complete. Now, just because we put a time limit on them doesn't necessarily mean that those things are going to be done right when we say they are, but it creates urgency when you put a time limit on it. So I want you to be thinking about what you can do once you're back from conference that might help you take your business to the next level. The last thing that I want you guys to think about is how to implement and monitor. So implement, start small. Small things make big wins, right? If you stack small things on top of each other every single day. It makes it manageable, gives you momentum, and creating a task that's small gives you a quick win. And when we start small and implement small, we get those wins, and then it keeps the ball rolling. And then we want to monitor our progress. And this is something that we tell our membership group all the time. You don't know where you've been if you haven't taken time to look back and see what you've accomplished. So regularly review your progress and adjust your plan. So it's okay if you get to the end and you're like, get to the end of your time limit and you're like, oh, I didn't reach my goal. That's okay. Take some time to really think about how you can move forward with the goal by changing or tweaking the time limit a little bit and concentrating on those things that you can control, that those things that you can take care of. Okay, I wanted to show you guys really quickly what I am using for conference and how I plan on taking notes and doing all the things. So I'm actually going to be using a bullet journal this time around. Yes, I have done a lot of doodling and drawing and all of those things. We are actually on 5 weeks to conference as of this moment. 5 weeks to conference today. I need to add my little sticker. This is our theme for conference, refine your plan. This is my countdown. I've also included all my travel plans. Something else that I have put into place here is I implemented, I use a HP Sprocket for my photos. And so I took some time to make what photos I want to take, because I think sometimes we get caught up in the moment and we don't really think about what it means to really remember those things that we want to remember. Packing lists, all of those good things, the budget that you want to use while you're there, swag and what you have planned, meal plan for our people. These are our teammates that are coming, creating a bucket list. What do you want to accomplish? But then because I have all of this in here and all of this space, this is where I plan on doing my note keeping right here in this journal so I can keep everything together. All of my memories are in one place. All of my notes will be in one place. When I get back and I'm ready to start implementing those things, all of that will be in one place so that I have one thing to go back to. So whether you use a journal, whether you use a to-do list, whether you use notes section, or you grab the headed to conference insert, whoa, sticky plastic. Or you grab the headed to conference insert and you take your notes in there. I want you to be thinking about what it means for you to take notes, what you plan to get out of conference by taking those notes. And then when you get home, don't just look at them or shove them on the shelf and never look at them again. Actually think about what action steps you can take to implement in your business to take your business to the next level. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you found this information helpful, please feel free to share it out. I hope you all have a fantastic Monday, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, friends.